What are we going to discuss? Well, first of all, there's a new YouTube bug, supposedly, that is affecting every channel, apparently, site-wide. From what I'm to understand, it is a views bug. The thing is, in 2023, I would not even know if this was true or not. Because, as you guys know, I'm nowhere near as popular as I used to be. My video views are kind of all over the place. If it's a brand new playthrough that's popular, sometimes I'll get thousands of views on a video. Other times, I'll barely get 500. It all depends on many different factors, and quite frankly, I don't even really look at it anymore. Case in point, yesterday's videos. What did I do yesterday? I played Need for Speed Unbound, which was 3 parts, and then I did Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2.0, right? And typically, I just upload, I let it roll, and sometimes I'll go back and I'll look at views, and sometimes I won't. It's not a big deal to me. Overall, views don't really affect my channel that much. Is there ad revenue involved? Yes, there is, but it's not an exorbitant amount where, like, I'm dependent on high views to make a living. For me, it's about putting out content for an audience that wants said content, okay, and will support it in various methods, whether that means you guys come to a live stream and you contribute live, or you become a channel member, or maybe you pledge to my Patreon for a private react video, or, maybe you tip every once in a while, whatever it may be. That's how I make my living. Is there ad revenue involved? Of course there is, but that's kind of like supplementary behind the scenes to everything else. Very different from how it used to be, where I used to make a living pretty much solely dependent on ad revenue and views. So in the modern day, if I see a fluctuation in views one way or another, it doesn't really affect me, nor do I really talk too much about it or care. But apparently there is this thing going on right now in the last 48 hours on YouTube where viewership has been screwed up for a lot of people. Particularly those who have noticed it are bigger YouTube channels. So we'll talk about that on today's show, because it's kind of interesting every once in a while to analyze how YouTube works, particularly because I've been doing YouTube for 15 years. And back in the day, this kind of stuff used to always affect me in a big way. A lot of people, I hate to say it, judge YouTube based on views and popularity rather than the quality of the content on the site. They'll just say, hey, if this video has tons of views, it means it's good. It's really not the case. In fact, if you analyze how YouTube works and you figure out things like algorithms and how something gets recommended and clicking on a video and clickbait and how that affects a video, you would understand how messed up YouTube is as a business, and how people have actually found ways to game this system and succeed over the years, despite the fact the quality of their content isn't necessarily good. They just take advantage, okay? We'll talk about some of that today on the show, okay? But anyway, that's just the one topic that we really have to talk about. Outside of that, there's really not that much going on. We talked about game news already this week. Yesterday, we ran through the game schedule for the rest of the year. So essentially, we covered all the kind of big topics. Today's more of a chill day. After we go through maybe some housekeeping stuff like the schedule, and then we talk about this YouTube story, I will definitely open up, the podcast for some Q&A and talking back and forth a little bit. We'll see what you guys want to talk